Journalism.
Well, it's just got 9:56 a.m. as we head towards the final interview this morning. And just to remind you that yesterday marked 30 years since the passing away of struggle icon Oliver Reginald Tambo. So I thought that would be interesting news. 30 years. But coming to what's happening today. Now, have you ever dreamt that at the age of 19, you can actually become a CEO of the company? Now, this is a young, a tender age of 19, and we are talking about a community hero in the form of 19-year-old Rajveer Singh Jolly. And he is the CEO of Project Future, driven by a passion for making technology and virtual reality experiences accessible to the poor and indigent in our country. Now, this alone speaks volumes. This is an achievement for someone at a very, very young age of 19. Rajveer Singh, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
Yes, no, I'm doing exceptionally well. But really, at the age of 19, I think many of us start thinking we've just left school. We want to have a car. We want to embark on our career. You are this raw 19-year-old. You want to enjoy life. You're looking at freedom, all of this. But at your age, at the age of 19, a CEO and studying at this point in time at the African Leadership Academy, and your vision to make a difference in the life of people, you and especially talking about poor and indigent people. Just before we talk about that, take us through, a bit about your life. Give us an insight into your life and what actually led to this dream of yours in and this passion and how what led to you driving this passion of yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I've personally always been really passionate about community outreach, whether that's being involved with community outreach through our school's Interact Club, or whether it's doing community projects, externally through the Rotary. Like I've always been passionate about, being out there, being involved, being on the ground, and trying to figure out what issues, plague our communities, and what we can do to solve them. And like I believe that when the more time you spend in those communities, you realize that it's not sometimes completely about finances. Sometimes it has to do a lot with the amount of time you can actually dedicate to the community themselves. And that being said, one of the Interact Club projects was actually a food drive where we were donating sandwiches to a school called Silverleaf Primary in Cape Town. And I just opened my phone, and there were lots of young kids, and we were just they went onto my phone and they opened Snapchat, and suddenly they put on a filter, and I saw the guy, and he was like, you know brushing it off his face. I'm like, dude, what is going on? Is everything okay? And that sort of made me realize that something like a Snapchat filter, when you suddenly have glasses on your face, well, you actually don't. That's a very like foreign thing, because obviously for individuals in underprivileged communities, something like tech isn't really the focus of attention. And that made me realize our current trajectory uh, as we move forward as a nation together, because tech is going to be at the center in the future. Most jobs are going to be powered by tech, and also most jobs are going to be replaced by tech, which is scary considering job scarcity is already a rising issue in our communities. So the goal of Project Future is to make sure that how do we empower people, with technology, and how do we make sure that our the youth, adults, they're ready for the future. They're ready to arm themselves with tech when the time is right, so that we don't get left behind in the digital age.
Well, certainly, and also I think this ties in very well with what who you are as a person and what you have achieved to date. Because being on the African Leadership Academy, which is focused on developing leaders who will transform the continent. I am aware of the awards that you have received, and we need to congratulate you for those. Being part of the Mail and Guardian 200 Young South Africans and the Lead SA Youth Hero Award, and also, what you are doing at this point in time as far as the Business Scholars Program is concerned. So, you are the people that people are looking forward to, because we're always talking about the young people. We know South Africa, and that we've got a massive youth population, and we need to develop. We need to develop leaders, and you are one that has now stood out, and we are thankful to people like yourself that have stood out and
Alarm Media, humanitarian journalism.
Yes, we need to apologize for that. Really, these communication breakdowns recently with regard to load shedding and network errors and network problems that have been plaguing us. And I'm sure that I'm not alone in this. Many of us at this point in time, as a result of this problem, we need to apologize for that. And I'm sure you've experienced
No
this as
problem.
well. And we all seem to be
Yes.
experiencing it over and over again until we resolve this problem. The point I was talking about was, I mentioned the young people that need to be developed, but also coming specifically to this initiative, your focus on indigent people and also people who are, poor people, and using technology and using your company, Project Future, and in terms of what contribution you can make by making technology and these reality experiences that you speak of accessible to the poor and the marginalized.
Right. Absolutely. Sorry, there's just a slight bit of delay with the voice. But yeah, I believe as people, I think really the way the mindset shift happens is realizing that firstly this tech change is happening. It's no longer a thing where it's just a bunch of technological enthusiasts, they're just pushing for it. It's something that is constantly happening, and it's something that we might not see in front of our eyes, but it is going to happen. So firstly, that point number one is realizing, and secondly, point number two, which is like a sort of like a pillar of Project Future, is the ambition to empower others. Project Future isn't, let's see, this is load shedding with us again. But Project Future isn't about Project Future itself. It's about empowering others. It's about making sure that while you're able to eat, someone else is also able to eat. While you have the knowledge about the future, about the tech that will power the future, like blockchain technologies, Web3, virtual reality, and the role that South Africa will play in the fourth industrial revolution. The other person next to you also knows about it. So sort of following that vision would really be if you see someone struggling with something that is tech related, being kind to them and explaining to them that, look, this is how you do something. That could be explaining things to your grandfather or your grandmother or your younger brother. So really those changes happen in slight variations, but I believe that they have the ability to multiply on a very large scale.
Well, certainly. And also, I think what is also important to understand is, people like yourselves, you've had a vision. And I'm sure that with your experiences at a very young age, but very mature, I must say, from what I'm hearing in terms of your outlook and in terms of, what you want for yourself in life, but also how you care about other people. What sort of advice can you give to young people like yourselves, to realize their full potential, but also to realize their dream and what they set out to do in life?
Mm. A message that I would give younger individuals would be to reach your Mars. Now, I know it's like a weird phrase to say because Mars is like, you see, I have like planet Mars on my table. Mars is a planet so far away, and it feels so unreachable. And there was a point in my life where I was really ambitious, to become an astronaut. It was a childhood dream of mine. And that sort of evolved into, when I was trying to reach Mars, each experience I got sort of like molded me into the person I am today. So when I say reach your Mars, I mean having a goal that almost feels impossible, but you know that if you put the right steps, you're able to reach it. So having ambition is important. And once you go through the experiences to reach your Mars, and Mars could be anything. It could be doing a performance on stage. It could be hosting a food drive, a cloud drive. That could be reaching your Mars. But then realize that the steps you take along the way, you create connections, you interact with people. Eventually, Mars doesn't hold that much importance because the experiences that you've got, they are of so much value. So what I would tell them is to reach your Mars, is to be ambitious, and reach out. People want to help you. And I know it's weird, but reach out to people on Twitter, on Instagram, tag them on things that you do so that people are aware and people get inspired by the work that you're doing in your community so that they can do the same in theirs.
Well, that is a one thing, but also I think, having professional ambitions is one thing, but it's also about the type of person you are and the personality that you have and subscribing to a value system. And this is what I am seeing in you, Rajveer. I see that personality. I see the person that you are. You are a person that cares, a person who wants to make a difference, a person who is a humanitarian that cares for fellow human beings, for people that are less fortunate than what you are. And these are all the value systems that you subscribe to and that you live with. And this is the reason why you've got to the stage of where you are. And obviously, one cannot take away the blessings of people, the blessings of elders, the blessings of your parents, the blessings of people that actually care for you. And all of this put together makes somebody a successful human being. And I'm sure all of this that I've just mentioned has been part and parcel of your life. You've lived this life, and this is the reason why you are where you are at this point in time. And this is the reason why you have achieved all these accolades and all these successes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, I have to mention, I'm also grateful to God, the almighty power that guides us to, do these things in our community. Because the truth is that, although there are all these achievements, I think even as individuals, we have to think about what we can do with those achievements, how we can, make the most of the experiences that we get. Because, I might be fortunate to, for example, get the privilege to attend the African Leadership Academy, but someone in, Cape Town might not be able to. So let's say there's a specific class about entrepreneurship that I believe that is of value. I would want to, teach that class in a specific underprivileged community in Cape Town. I think just those small shifts can make a world of difference because then you start to put yourself in other people's shoes and you think about how, we can all sort of dream of a utopia where everybody thrives, everybody lives, everybody gets food on the table, and everybody feels empowered. So thank you so much.
Well, you summed it up so well. You summed it up so perfectly. And once again, I share. In fact, I'm actually proud of your achievements, and I once again commend you, congratulate you on your successes, and I'm certain that with the attitude that you've just displayed, with your ambition, with your passions, with your dreams, with your vision, uh, the world is the sky is the limit, I would say, for you. And I'm sure that you will be even reaching greater heights. And I'm sure a few years from now, we will be having this discussion where at the age of 19, what you've achieved. And I'm sure, in fact, I know that as you grow in life, you will be achieving a lot more. And that is my wish, that is my prayer, and those are my blessings for you, Rajveer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wadi. Appreciate it so much.
And all the best to you, and please take care. Keep up the
Thank you
good
so much
work.
for having me. Thank you. Goodbye.
Rajveer Singh Jolly with us this morning, and really on that note, it's an extremely positive note, and many lessons that young people today, even at the age of 19, can actually take from the life of Rajveer Singh Jolly and what he has achieved and what he still set out to achieve and what his dreams, what his ambitions are going into the future. And with that, I'm going to be signing off. It's been a pleasure being with you, standing in for Julie Ali. So for now, uh, we wish you well and have yourself a wonderful day. Please be safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.